Morning, Matthias.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
Great, thank you.
I can hear you talking, but your mouth's not moving, so something's not quite in sync this morning.
Again?
Again, yes, again.
Okay.
So, morning for all of you traders. I hope you having a good day, as in already, and let's have a good session. We're here for 2 hours this morning from 8 till 10. So it's truly trade with Cam. That's what we do here every single day. You know, what's the morning been like so far with our signal service?
Amazing. We had
Yeah.
plenty of TPs today already.
Mm-hmm.
Some of BEs, risk-free.
Yeah. What does BE mean?
Break even.
Okay.
Moving your stop loss to the entry point.
Mm-hmm.
On that case, on the risk-free, as the trader is updating on the channel.
Yeah. Okay. So we set our stop loss to break even, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So the market has slipped from the highs of yesterday, what it was trying to do. And this is what happens. And when we talk about not necessarily holding trades overnight, being careful with what you're doing, and this is the sort of thing that gets you in trouble, right? It's all up yesterday, and it's all down today. What's causing the drop to below 4,700 now?
I'm really not sure now what is causing that movement.
Okay.
Because we had the news yesterday. The news helped that boost up.
Yeah.
But right now we don't have any major news.
Okay. So we have no economic news. So the geopolitical news, which is the bit that I kind of tend to concentrate, is that the Middle East ceasefire is on life support. So it's hanging on by its tender hooks, and that's what's causing gold to dip again. Oil is above $100 a barrel. So again, that's a critical key area, obviously. It's the 12th of May today, so we've got core inflation month on month from the US, inflation year on year, core inflation year on year, inflation month on month. So we've got some red folder news today at 1:30 this afternoon, which is just after the New York opened. And obviously, the New York, America's the biggest economy in the world by some margin, so that really affects the prices, the way they move around on gold. So that kind of does that, right? Morning, Kawan.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to leave you for a couple of minutes. I've left my AirPods in one of the other rooms, so I'm just going to grab those.
Okay.
Perfect.
So we don't know why it's dropping then. It's dropped quite a bit, hasn't it? I'm just watching it.
Yeah. I was talking yesterday about the 48. We nearly reached it, but then it's coming back again.
Yeah.
It's just the patience. We can trade what is in front of us. We cannot chase anything. Let's just wait for the signals and trade it. Have you done any trade on this morning, Kuan?
Only a couple of bits. I was a bit slow this morning, so only a couple of bits. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's just waiting, isn't it? Every day will be different. We just be patient. We had buys this morning. We had sells.
Yeah.
We had both of directions. That helps as well.
Yeah.
The trader is putting one update. If the prices come back to 46.88, we will look for a re-entry again.
Yeah.
That's good as well. Let's see if the price will come back to that area. And wait for the next signal. Is what we can do. Good morning, Mohan. How are you doing?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, lovely.
Good morning, Petra.
Morning, Mohan. Hope you're well. Let's have a great, successful trading day. Kulwant, how was the rest of the day yesterday?
Oh, I went out to get some garden bits. And
I can't hear you. Oh, let me just see.
can you not hear me?
That's not
Can you
really
hear
it.
me? Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Not yet. Let's see.
Okay. I can hear Cam. He was whispering. We had really bad weather here. Did you, Mateus?
Kind
Well,
of, yeah.
For about four hours, it just rained and rained and rained.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then I got stuck. I went out in our break and I came back the same way, trying to be quick using the back lanes.
Yeah.
But they're just single file lanes, and I came back and a tree had fallen.
Oh.
And it's one of the royal parks.
Okay.
So they don't get the council, they have their own employees. So we had to wait in the pouring rain. I know I was in the car, but it just changes the day.
We have a buy. Let's go for it, guys.
It's already moved up.
Yeah, moved very quick. 46.87, 46.81, stop loss 46.80. That went to TP1 is straight away. Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? You walk away for a minute and then you can't hear anybody.
We had a signal, went to
Yeah, I saw
TP1
that.
straight away, yeah. We need to be quick. I got that one, but was past the entry point, but I just pressed the button because we are on the all the way down.
Yeah.
I just pressed the button straight away. I
Mm.
enter on 46.89.
Wow.
Now we are 93. I'm just booking profits.
Excellent.
Sometimes will be like that. You don't wait for the right point, especially when the market is all the way to the bottom. Like now, we don't know if it's the bottom, but it is a significant drop. You just press the button. Don't keep overthinking. Make that manual, mechanical approach, and that's it. As you can see, that is going in straight away to GP2.
Yeah. So the low point of this is, for this little area that we're in, is 46.50. So it could drop all the way down to that. And Kulwant, you were saying that the cause is, the Middle East obviously is the cause of what's happened over the last few days. As soon as there's a ceasefire in sights, the market goes up. As soon as there's diminishes, then it just comes down, right? And that's basically it. That's how it's been doing. Oh, she's gone now. So
Now you see, yeah.
Let me see if I can get you in my earpods, because I think some of the clients were complaining.
I can still hear you, yeah.
Yeah. It's just a case of getting
to my AirPods. Problem is, you have so many Bluetooth devices around.
It's better, yeah. It's better
then
so
you
far now.
need to get rid of all the
Noise.
well, you need to get rid of the connections to Bluetooth. Let me try now.
I can hear you both now.
Can you? Okay. Oh, okay. There you go. Let's see if that works. All right. Good. So that's good.
Yeah, guys, that is going to TP3.
I think that would be the first TP3 this morning.
Yeah. As you can see, I do always the same. Booking profits, moving stop loss to my entry point, and hold it for the rest. It's 97. My stop loss is slightly 10 pips above my entry point, and that's it. Good morning, everyone. We had some message from Ian, from Petra, Mohan. Nice to have you here, guys. We are not having issues again with you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
So, yeah, morning, guys. Hope you're all well. Let's have a successful trading session. We kind of smashed it out of the park yesterday afternoon. We had a difficult morning yesterday, but the afternoon, you know, if you hit any SLs. So how did you guys trade yesterday? How was it? And you know, what are you hoping for today? And as more and more traders come on board in terms of coming on the lives, it's really important that we just listen and follow what the advice and the journey is of a trade. We'll break every one of these down for you to the best of our abilities, but we're not financial advisors, and you know, we're just trading our accounts with you along the way. So all three of us have got live accounts. Just want to say thank you to Kulwan, who shows up every morning to be with us. Really appreciate it. Kulwan, what's your journey been like over the last 3-4 weeks that you've been here with us, as opposed to because you were very successful prior as well?
Yeah, and then it kind of went a bit ping-pong, only because I think when I started a couple of months back, gold moved a little more steadily because it was before the war. So since the war, it's a bit more volatile, isn't it? And therefore, we was talking about this yesterday, Matthias and I, you have to slightly adapt to do what the market's doing, not your plan entirely. You do have to adapt slightly to try and it's difficult, but it's good. It's good. So yesterday I missed quite a large chunk, as I was saying, yesterday afternoon, but then we got some really good signals, didn't we? Late afternoon into early evening, and they were really good.
And afternoon we smashed it.
So but late afternoon, after, because I got back from wherever I was about just gone 2 o'clock, I think, or touching 2 o'clock. So I just needed to sit down, because you know when your time is just wasted sitting in the car for an hour waiting for a tractor from the royal estate to come along and move their blooming trees. But I think later in the afternoon, 3-4 o'clock, we got some really good signals. But that's the good thing. Where I traded in the morning, it was fine not to trade in the afternoon. It's not. And by the time I got my equilibrium back and was dry, because it was really raining here, we had 4 or 5 signals. A couple in the afternoon and a couple later. And they were really good. So, you know, I it made up for missing, even though it was fine, even if I had. So, yeah, no, but this in the morning, this collective is really good. It's really good it enforces your discipline, because we all know what we should do, but then we all like to think we'll do slightly different for some reason. We all like
little children, aren't we?
So we all think, oh, let's have a go at this. So it's really good. It keeps you focused on what we should be doing and how.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's good for me.
Good. Matthias and I have benefited enormously in doing what we do, and I think we talked about it last week in terms of what we get out of it. You know, showing up, obviously, like you said, discipline. Especially when you do this full time, it's so easy just to, you know, wander around the house, walk around, and you know, think you're working.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're not really working at all. That's the thing for me is that I think I've spoken about this before, that I've never didn't ever used to sit in this office. Used to feel really weird. Didn't see the point. Yeah, it's much nicer sitting on the couch over the other side of the house, right?
Yeah.
And I did, and you know, and I thought I'd have my iPad and my laptop whilst I've got this magnificent machine sat here doing nothing every day. So yeah, I think it enforces good working habits. What we're doing.
Definitely, I think so. Definitely.
Yeah, because we'd have no problems turning up at 8 o'clock to go and work for somebody else, right?
No.
Yeah.
Earlier, I used to start at 5:30 because I had a whole load of idiots.
Yeah.
A whole load. And I'm not being rude. They were great people, but they were in the wrong jobs. And this is easy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm accountable only to myself, for myself.
Yeah.
I'm not responsible, not working out why somebody else isn't doing the job they're paid to do, and why I'm doing the job I'm paid to do and the job they're paid to do. So now I just do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And learning.
Yeah, of course.
I'm learning.
Yeah,
You know, I'm learning something different. So it's good. It's good.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, you know, careers are not all they're cracked up to be.
No.
And of course, you know, you're making your employer rich, not yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Working for someone else's dreams, not your dreams.
Yeah, because what happens is when you're in management and you're on a salary, now I was supposed to do 37 hours. I did about 55 weekly, always. But you don't get overtime because you're salaried.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And they sell you that shit, don't they? You're in management, so you don't get that, which almost like saying, we want you to do another 10 hours for us for nothing.
For free.
I know. So in the end, when you break it down as an hourly rate, you're actually paid the lowest. You work the hardest and you're paid the lowest.
It's not the dream we were sold, is it?
Not really, no. Just
no, not at all. But look, you know, you live and learn, and life is whatever it is, and it's constantly changing.
Yeah, I think we've got TP3 on this one here.
TP3, yeah.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
99.
Fabulous.
Just
Yeah.
taking the rest of profits, leave a small bit for runner, and that's it. Let's see.
Yeah. So of course, you know, we've been talking in terms of the last few weeks. The dollar's been around 4,700 to about 4,750 on the whole. It's kind of ranged between that, so it's not been a difficult market to trade as long as you are going the right way, or you just wait. But then when you see any economic news that comes through, and I'm referring to good economic news, you know, it just shoots up. So, you know, so traders, securing partials, yeah, targeting 4700, 4710, 4720, 4730, right? Still an upward trend, and there's still pressure. The downward pressure is coming from the ridiculous stuff that's going on in the Middle East. Why these people can't, sort their shit out and come to a sensible conclusion, I don't know, right? They call themselves leaders, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's always men. I don't mean, but I just putting it there. Just putting it there. The ego thing, it's men. You can fight back, but it's men.
Well, the
There's
thing
no
is
women. There's no women leaders there, are there?
Well, women. If you don't vote anybody in, there can't be any women leaders, can't there?
Well,
There's more of you than there is of us. So you could get together and vote any woman in, right?
Somebody has to stand up in the first place.
Yeah, Kamala Harris stood, and look what you guys did.
Oh, I didn't.
No, but you said men and women.
But
right?
I think Michelle Obama should have stood,
Well,
because she had a
that's another
profile
story.
by then. But hey,
Yeah.
So, because Hillary never got in, did she?
No.
No, you women didn't vote her in either. Right? You live longer than us. There's more of you, right? So if you all voted for your woman, she'd win every time, wouldn't she? All the men voted for men, and all the women voted for women. Women are getting all the time. Right? No, politics is a dirty game, isn't it? So unfortunately,
it's not a nice game.
No, it's a dirty game, isn't it? And it's really interesting. So we've got a few moments here. So there was a plan by Labour and Sadiq Khan to pedestrianise Oxford Street. So I've got mixed views on that. You live closer to Oxford Street than I do, Cool One. So it'd be interesting to hear what you have to say. But hold on a second. So hold on.
Go on.
So the Tories have now got Westminster Council, which is where Oxford Street is.
Yeah.
And the first thing they've done is scrap that plan to pedestrianise Oxford Street. So this thing has been bouncing around probably for more time than I care to remember. And it's a little bit like the third runway at Heathrow, which of course you should have an opinion on because you work there. It's been going on for about 30 years now. And we just have this stalemate, don't we? There's a view over there, there's a view over there. And one opposes the other all the time. And I understand there's issues with everything that you do. There's always a negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we've and the annoying thing for me is, as the electorate, there'll be hundreds of thousands, if not hundreds of millions spent on studies why Oxford Street should be pedestrianised or why we should have a runway at Heathrow. And that's just money now down the toilet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Should they pedestrianise Oxford Street?
I think Oxford Street, for me, for many, many years, it's lost its... Oxford Street was where to go when I was a kid, Kat. That's where you went, was Oxford Street.
Yes.
I think they need to do something about the retail that they have there before they think about anything else, because it's lost its glamour. And you do need glamour. You do need glamour in life.
Well, there's no bloody glamour. There's no bloody glamour attached when your watch is going to get nicked or your phone's going to get nicked on Oxford Street.
Exactly.
You're just hanging on for dear life, aren't you?
Yes. So they need to do something else first. They need... My views on punishment, as if you can imagine, they're quite brutal. I'm from that era. We were of the era where you daren't. If you got caught by a policeman, you wanted them to keep you, not bring you home to your parents. Yeah,
because you got another slap there, didn't you?
Yeah, a double one.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of those things, but it's the same as the Eulers charges, but it was initially Boris Johnson's thought. even though everybody likes to blame Sadiq Khan, it was actually Boris Johnson that first had the ideas. So it's a strange one. It's a strange one.
My niece was over the other day with her kids, and you know, and it's surprising to hear from her, the age that she is, got two young little babies, the worries of the world and where it's heading. And so we're all talking about it, and we're all concerned that especially our country doesn't seem to be heading in a good way. But I suppose then, you know, it comes back to where we are today. You know, trading and looking after you and your own family is your first duty, and that's all we can't really do anything about whether Oxford Street gets pedestrianised or there's a third one like Heathrow.
No.
But we can look and think, is our doorstep clean?
Yeah, but that's where it starts. That's where the small starts.
Yeah, Mother Teresa said it.
And then you build up. Then you build up, don't you? You look at your doorstep, and then you help the doorstep next door and the next. But
the next door is just doorstep. Should do their own bloody doorstep.
Well, they should, but sometimes we can give a helping hand, but it encourages them. If I do my doorstep, I'd like to think that you'd think, oh, I'll do mine. Yeah. It's that effect.
Yeah, and I think that's where, you know, I think the day's here when you need to just take care of yourself first. Your responsibility is to yourself and your family first and foremost. Yeah. Depending on what you do for a living, obviously, and what your role is, prepare for a buy. So, guys, there you go. Here it is. So, chance for you to get in. It's in range. And remember what we talked about yesterday. If you think the market's falling, then you need to be at the bottom of the range before you get in, right? So you don't keep hitting those SLs, and don't layer too much. Right, especially in the early days, just take the one trade and be careful. Yeah, the time is the key to this is protecting your capital. So we're. Did you guys get into that?
Not yet.
Okay, you're waiting.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bottom of the range is 93, and SL is 92. And key critical area obviously is 46.97, 46.98. So it's just below the 4700. So there'll be the bulls that are trying to push that above that, and the bears will be trying to keep it down. So the bulls and the bears, the buyers, the guys that think it's cheap, let's buy. Then the guys that say, no, we're going to keep it down and let's be selling. So those that are short in the market, there'll be people that are placing bets that it's going to come down, and we're placing bets that it's going to go up. So
Ian is telling he's in. Just make sure you put the stop loss. That is non-negotiable.
Yeah, absolutely.
And wait for booking profits. If you cannot do partials yet, because you're asking about partials, you have 0.01, you cannot do partials. When you are in profit, just book the profits.
Yeah. So gold futures are 46.97, so almost exactly where the market is right now. So the futures thing, Matesh, the builders here. So if I get too loud, then just mute me, because obviously I don't know how much sound's coming in.
Yeah.
And please give me a warning, so you're muted.
I will tell you.
And then saying the market appears to be stuck between geopolitical anxiety and rising inflation worries. So obviously the longer the war goes on, the more the chances of inflation going higher, prices rising. So price rising causes inflation to go higher, causes interest rates to go up or be held for longer, which is all sort of pressure on gold price coming down rather than it going up. And India's a big consumer of gold. So the Prime Minister called on citizens to avoid buying gold for a year. And India's a very loyal country, unlike us unruly Brits that go against everything our government tells us. Right? They actually listen. It's a completely different philosophy. And so that's obviously that's going to have an issue or an effect on prices. And so we've got key inflation data, CPI figures later on Tuesday. So that's today, and PPI on Wednesday. So we've got some news coming through. So that obviously has an effect sometimes on dampening enthusiasm for anything really, not just gold. So just always trying to give you some background as to what's going on, because the price of anything in terms of stocks and shares, gold, silver, commodities is all affected by supply and demand, and then geopolitical factors in terms of what's going on around the world. Because obviously, as well as us trading gold, it's a commodity that stores people's wealth, including governments. So government buying is what affects the price of gold probably more than anything else. In terms of retail, the biggest markets are India and China. The rest of the world doesn't really consume that much gold, or doesn't buy it and hoard it like the Indians and the Chinese do. So those are the two big markets. So if India is one of the markets that isn't buying or being advised not to buy, there will be a fall off in demand, whether it's 2% or 20% or 30% or 50% or 70%, doesn't really matter, but it will affect the price. So those are the things. But when and if there's a selling trend, we will be selling gold. Most of the time at the moment, the bias is bullish. And so hence we are generally into buy trades. So it's not that we never sell gold. It's just that our view is that we're in a bullish trend. So therefore it's inevitable that as soon as it's like a pressure cooker, as soon as that pressure is released, as soon as the war is over, as soon as inflation data comes in and it's not too bad, the price of gold will naturally rise. And it's almost exactly, it's almost exactly $900 an ounce below the record highs right now. So again, there's muscle memory, wants to go back there. People like Goldman Sachs, people like our traders. So he's hedging on long term at 5,700. And so we need to be thinking about this stuff. This is our business, right? So we need to know this stuff. And don't worry if you don't, if you just started, because you will pick it up, right? And I'll jabber on about it all day and every day when we have these moments, when you're managing your trades, whether you're in profit or taking profits and waiting for TP1 or securing your profits. So market's rising. So, we should be hitting TP1's is about 15 pips away. So 47.01 we're looking for. That will give you 30 pips from the top of the range. So we're looking for it to cross the barrier of 4,900, which looks like it may do just now. And it may pull back, I don't know. We don't have a crystal ball, unfortunately. So Mateus was talking about this yesterday, that, we can only talk about where we think the price will go with all the indicators and everything that's going, with the order flows and with what we're seeing the institutions doing in terms of where the order blocks are, where the liquidity is. But it doesn't always have to do that. So if you're a few pips short, so we're risk free at 46.96, so you should be setting your stop loss at that level. And if your entry was below that, then by all means, you need to just watch what's going on in terms of what happens there. And that's it. So sit and manage your trade, relax. If the TP's in and the stop loss is in, you don't really have to worry about it. It's just mechanical. And the stats will prove. So risk-free, 46.96, SL to break even. So which is exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah.
46.97, closed 20 pips. 46.98, closed 10 pips. So this is what you need to be looking for. Is the market about to reverse? And it doesn't matter whether you can close it out whether it hits TP or SL or not. Yeah. I've got a trader that just doesn't wait for SL, sees the market coming down and thinks, you know what, I don't need it to hit my SL before it closes. I can press the button just as well and save myself 10 pips.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it can reverse on you. So Matthias talks about this. We talk about this in trading all the time. Whatever you do once, do it again. Repeat it. Just repeat it. And you'll build muscles. Right? That's your style of trading. And patience. The market's slow this morning ahead of the data.
And we nearly reach 47. If you are in a good position, you enter 96 around that area. It's good for you as well. You can book some profits before TP1. Remember what we are talking about yesterday. Sometimes you have 10 pips, 5 pips away from TPs, and you're still waiting. And sometimes you will not reach that TP and come back to your stop loss, and you don't want that. And just be patient. The market is moving, as you can see now, 47. Just be patient, but keep booking profits. And protect your capital. Move your stop loss to your entry point.
Very important. Very, very important. So it's challenging that. See, look at the battle now. I've got mine on the 1 minute chart that just goes up to 4,700, drop back up again. This is the battle now of conquering 4,700 and then going on from there.
As you can
And
see,
then
still
when-
that. Yeah.
Sorry, I was
Go-
going to say
go
when our
on.
heads are down, it's because we're doing our own trades and adjusting and all of that kind of thing, not ignoring you guys, as you should be, because it's like a classroom, isn't it, that we have, right? So, so 4,700 is conquered.
As you can see, it's a fight there. You don't want to leave money on the table. If you are on that position, you be able to close some profits.
Yeah,
So-
close some profits, move your stop loss to break even or TP1. Well, it's not been hit yet, so
No.
or close the trade, take your profit, and just think, okay, I'll wait for the next one.
Yeah.
What do you ever allow yourself to get stuck in a trade, or do you just commit and things like?
A couple of times, yeah, a few times actually. That's not true. When I say a couple, I suppose I'm talking Yeah, you know, and that's what I was saying earlier. You know, when you think, when you do the bit that you know you shouldn't be doing,
Yeah.
it then,
Yeah.
because I much prefer. So I'm out of this trade.
Brilliant.
I've made about 2 or 3%, but I'm out. It didn't quite hit TP1, but I took it out before it hit there, even though I had it set.
Yeah, sure.
Because I like now that I'm just sitting here
Yeah.
and not
you're
watching
no
it,
anxiety.
not watching
Yeah.
it do this and that. And I made a good profit. That's what I like. So it's when I do what I'm not supposed to be doing that I end up holding the trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've got to. That's what I need to slap out of myself.
Okay. TP1.
TP1, yeah.
Yeah. So there's an opportunity to get out and take your profit. Yeah. 50 pips from entry. And you might be at 40 pips, right?
Yeah.
So you can certainly move to break even now in terms of your stop loss. If you're going to hang on for TP2 or higher.
Moving stop loss to break even is moving your stop loss to your entry point. You can do that.
Yeah.
And then you protect your trades. You're not like thinking about it anymore. If it goes to TP2, TP3, amazing. You can book more profits. If it's not, we'll come back to your entry point, and that's it as well. But you see, on that trade, you had plenty of time to enter and plenty of time to close the profits. That's is a
100%.
good one. It's not always like that, as you can see, but that was simple to take the profits. We're still on the 47 range. Let's see if we'll have TP2 on that one. But for now, move your stop loss to break even and book some profits.
Yeah, huge resistance at numbers like 4,700, 4,725, 4,750, 4,800. So it's huge. So we call them support and resistance. So there'll be massive resistance of going up. So it's dropped below. So there's that battle of those that think it should go up and those that think it should go down, the bulls and the bears. So it's back to 4,700 virtually. And that's what happens. Right, and that it can meander here for hours and hours and hours. We've got some news at 1:30 that's going to move the market, so then it kind of goes into a bit of a coma and just sits around, does nothing for a few hours. So we've got a buy. Or buy limits. I'm not going to go into where the buy limits are because if you're in the Telegram group, you'll know if you're with us, if you're trading with us. If you're not trading with us, then I'm not going to talk you through them because there's a very big chance that you'll get them wrong. So buy limits are something that we set. So they're like orders that we place in the market. That if it hits this price that I want to buy, or I want to sell equally, it could be, we've got buy orders in terms of where the range is. So, the area that we can look to. So again, a bit more education in terms of where your entry can be. Yeah, so we're not going to get any more updates for about 45 minutes now on the Telegram group. And you can read that message at the bottom there, so have a look at that. So, got more buy limits. Yeah. So again, the lower, so we're waiting them for the market to drop, and then you get in. That's the idea that if it drops to this, then that's good value, and we could get in for a buy, and there's every chance that we can make some money. But of course, it's a case of managing your trades and managing the market and see where it goes. Sometimes I'm a fan of buy limits, and sometimes I'm not. And it just depends on the mood that I'm in and where.
You're as fickle as a woman. I'm fickle. You're worse than me.
Are you saying I'm fickle?
I am very fickle. I am really fickle. You're the only male I know who's the equivalent of as fickle as me.
That's a compliment, is it?
It is. It's our prerogative, isn't it? So it
we've
is.
got. But what I was referring to, and we jest, don't we? What I'm referring to is that it depends where you are on your trading journey on the day, whether you're stuck in a trade, right? And what you think the market is, and what your own mood is in terms of. You might think this is a great buying opportunity, right? At 4,700, it's kind of middle of the road. It's neither, 4,600 is a great buying opportunity. 4,700 may or may not be, right? Then you just have to look left. What's it been doing in the last few weeks, right? So we'll do that for you. So only yesterday, it was down to 4,650. So is 4,700 a great opportunity or not? Maybe you think it is, maybe it's not. Only on Wednesday, it was down at 45, 46, right? That's $150 from where we are today. But it rose sharply, and it's been up as high as 47.73. All right. So, and that lot size is your overall strategy, long-term strategy, where you're going with it, what your thoughts are. It's all about gaining knowledge, understanding the market, understanding yourself. What kind of trader are you? Right? Are you the 10 pip guy, the TP1 guy or girl? Or are you the TP3 person, right? More of a swing trader that you're willing to leave the trades in. And then perhaps your stop loss can't be as tight, and maybe your lot size can't be as big because the market will vary and take you out. When it does that. So obviously, if you're a swing trader looking for a big swing in the market, then you will inevitably have periods of drawdown. So we've talked about the top end of the market targeting 5,700, and you see that quite a lot in the messaging on Telegram. And so, but there'll be lots of, where's the entry point for that 5,700 trade? From here, it's $1,000. A lot of money to be made.
It is.
But you got to have the nerve to hold it, because it goes to 4,500 and you're like $200 an ounce away from where you entered. So, yesterday I had some runners and I was talking to you guys, but my runners are like 100 pips. Tell a lie. They're 250, 300 pips is what I call runners, right? Because I regularly will place trades in 100 pip profit. 50 to 100 is where I usually go. If I'm not very bullish, it's maybe 30 pips. And if I am, if I'm confident, then it's usually anywhere between 50 and 100 pips is where I place my TPs. So 300 to 400 pips is probably something that I would call a runner, maybe 250 pips plus. I don't use them all the time. Yesterday was a very confident time in the market, so made really good profit. I think 5-6% on one of my accounts. Another one was 5-6%, and there was another one with 2 or 3%. So we did that. The market's back up 4,700. So obviously, you've got plenty of time to put these buy limits in. Study the market. What do you feel about the market? Where do you think it's going to go? That's where it's at. And of course, when the market is miles away from your buy limit, it's time to get rid of it. Because if it comes and hits it, it could go straight through. Something could change fundamentally in the market. Do you use buy limits at all, Kulwant?
No, I prefer to watch the market. And if it
Market
goes
execution,
down,
yeah.
and I'll do it at market
Price
execution. Yeah.
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 What about
Because
yourself,
I
Matthias?
think that if you do that, for me, I think it would make me feel I've put my figures in stop loss, but I think there could be a tendency to just walk away and leave it instead of try to manage it. So I'd rather market execute my entry TP out done.
I like to do the Asia session by limits.
Do you?
You don't do the evening, do you, Matthias?
Yeah, those are I'm doing all the time, most of the time. If I'm like what I'm seeing on the buys or sells, I will go for it. Then I will put TP3 and leave it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, if that trading is trigger.
I think that comes with confidence, though, Matthias, as well.
Yeah.
You know, we said this the other day. I've been trading a couple of months. You've been trading 8 years. So there's a huge gap there. You know,
it's a knowledge thing, isn't it? And experience. So both knowledge and experience. Sunday night, the market started dropping, and I started buying. Now, 2 years ago, I'd be selling with the market. So now I wait until I think that is it at the bottom, and sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't, and that's why you layer your trades.
Yeah.
So I took some of those trades on Sunday night, and they paid off really handsomely yesterday.
Yeah.
Because when the market drops like that, you know, usually within an hour or two, it's back where it started.
Yeah.
And because you've seen that so many times, you think, right, I know exactly what it's going to do. And you're tuned into the geopolitics. You're looking at your charts, what it's done over the last few weeks, few months. You know, so I'm usually on those kind of trades on a Sunday night. I'm usually sat downstairs with Bloomberg on, and because they talk about when the market's opening and what the markets are doing generally. So, and if there's any news obviously coming through on gold or geopolitics, that's going to affect the price of gold, the dollar, oil, you know, what's going on around it, what the president's talking about, all affect it. So, you know, you gather all that information and you place your trade. And they paid off, like I said, really, really handsomely yesterday. You know, 4, 5, 6%. Look, there you go. Look at that, right?
He's just trying to break it, and now it's pushing. Let's see.
Yeah. And I think if it breaks through, it'll go a good deal higher, maybe 10, maybe 15.
Yeah. And just is the patience, especially when the market is just moving like on that area, on that range. You just need to be patient.
Mr. Simpson's joining us. Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Okay, thanks to you.
Good. Yeah, I was trading after the close of after 3 o'clock yesterday for you.
I was down for the day. I was 2% down for for the day.
Were you?
Yeah.
Is that from previous, or were you just down on the day?
No, that was on the
old?
day. So that one that I got out of from Thursday, I pretty much broke even on that, apart from the swap fees. But generally, I was down 2% yesterday.
Okay. So is that from? So did you not recover anything from all the buying from yesterday afternoon?
No.
Okay.
Let me just have a check. Where was I? 11th yesterday. Felt like I traded quite a lot yesterday. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 trades yesterday.
Wow.
And what have you done with your lot size now? Have you kind of come to terms with that frustration that you got a small account and you want to kind of lash out almost and get much bigger?
Yeah,
returns?
no, I've not gone any bigger. I'm still at 0.04.
Okay.
So, and then if I did layer yesterday afternoon, I went in the second time with 0.02. So overall, with the layering, I was at 0.06, like, kind of figures that you suggested. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it is what it is. It was down 2%. I'm finding it quite frustrating today. I'm at break even today after 2, 4. I've done 8 trades today. I just can't seem to catch a break. Every time I enter, it's in the red for like 5 minutes, and then I get all nervy. And then as soon as it goes back into profit, I get out, break even, and then it runs a little bit, and I wouldn't mention it. So it's that like, I'm sitting on this loss for like 5 minutes. So as soon as it goes back into the blue, I've been, getting out of break even, which sometimes works, but then other times, then it just runs to TP1 and 2, and you're like, oh my god.
But you see, then what's happening there is that really what you need to be doing is setting your TP and stop loss and kind of walking away, and then managing the trade by doing in terms of moving your stop loss when you can to break even.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I've been doing. Most of my trades have been there or thereabout break even. So that's what I've been doing. I'm going down quite a way and nudging near stop loss. And obviously the stop losses are, depending on your entry point, your stop losses can be like 70 pips away from your entry point, but TP is only 20 pips away. It's kind of like the wrong ratio that I normally trade with. I normally look for 2-1 or 3-1 trades, whereas this is the other way. The stop loss is much bigger than the profit. And that's what's making me nervous on some of these trades.
Well, the thing is that what you need to do is you need to take a note of those and think, okay, fine. I need this to do what I want it to do. So you need to wait for you do a lot less trading if you waited for the bottom of the range to get in or so there's the range, the stop loss is here. So if you get in there, that's only 10 pips. If you get in there, that's only 20 pips. But if you get from there, that's 70 pips. So if that's not what you want, then what you've got to do is you've got to wait for the trade to come to you.
Yeah.
And then of course, like you just said, the problem is you don't know what the market's going to do. Look, it's back at 46.99. So you could have taken your profit. I don't know whether that was TP1, TP1. It doesn't matter really. Forget the labels because it's money on the table. And equally, if you'd have taken the profit and it'd gone on, then it's the hindsight thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the thing is you've got to make a decision that I want 30 pips out of this. Take your 30 pips and go. And it doesn't matter what it does after that, right? Yeah. Because I've got a trader downstairs that by 8:39 o'clock done their 2-3%, done for the day, never even looks at the laptop again.
That's the dream.
Doesn't care what it does. It could go up 1,000 pips after that. Could have had 10,000%. She doesn't care.
Well, that's what I thought I'd try today. So I've been up since 5 today, and I've taken most of the trade this morning. And what I've noticed is that the trades this morning, I've been jumping in at almost top of the entry point, because during the daytime it doesn't get much better than the top of the entry. If I wait, it very rarely dips down. But this morning I've been jumping in at the top of the entry, but it has been dipping down right to the bottom range of the entry. and maybe that's a morning thing, I don't know, because I've never really traded 5 till 8 before. And does anyone trade those hours? And is that
Yeah, we all do.
Every day is different.
Full ones.
Yeah, no, we all do. Let me have a look. It's okay. Let me see what happened this morning.
Yeah, my experience so far in the late morning and afternoon sessions is that when the signals come out, I'm jumping in as soon as the signal comes out at whatever the price, and it tends to be at the top, and they do okay. But during the day, for me, I don't see it going towards the bottom end of the entry range, which is why I wasn't waiting for it this morning.
Yeah, we every day is different. We have days that the price will come back on the range, and you will have amazing entries. And some days we will be only on the top of it, and you need to be grateful and take some TPs. But it's hard to say because every day is different. Morning tends to be easier sometimes, early mornings.
Yeah, there's days when you start at 5 and the first 3 or 4 will go straight to TP3 from the top, not necessarily
well, there's
going
TP2
down. Yeah,
on that early trade. 475.
I was flapping around this morning and I did take 2 or 3. I didn't take all of them, but mine were okay. Mine were okay from the top.
And then we have mornings, very difficult mornings as well. Keep going to risk-free, break even. Every day is different.
I think that's probably, Adam, I'm guessing, is that because that's where I get caught out, is when the risk-free or break even for the signal sender isn't the same as mine or yours. That's where, but what it does do for me, it does obviously minimalize how much I'm going to lose because I'm going to now make it so it minimalizes it. But I think that happened a couple of times yesterday.
Yep.
Yesterday we finished at 10, and before I went out on my silly trip, at about 10:30, we got a signal. I enter it, and then we get the risk-free. It was to change to the last 2 digits I can remember were 53. So I changed from 51 to 53, and it took me out. It went down to 51, but didn't take it out, and then back up to TP3 all the way. I was really pissed off. I can't tell you. And then we got a notice. If you have a look, this is 10:30 yesterday. We got a notice to say, oh, nobody would have got that and changed it to 53. And I wanted to say, I bloody did. How ironic is that? Because our TP was whatever at 4651 at stop loss. And we get told to go risk-free at 4653. So I do. It goes down, just hovers, but doesn't go out at 51, and then goes TP1, TP2, TP3. But took me out. It's just sod's law.
Yeah.
It's probably the quickest I've ever bloody moved. Because if you look at 10:30, 10:33, we get a notice to say, I'm sure nobody got that in to change it to 4653, but look, we've all gone up to 50, and I wanted to say, oh, sod off, it took me out.
It can be so frustrating. But look,
it is.
I'm gonna ask you to zoom out a little bit now, right? And sometimes we get so caught in the moment of this trade and it's doing 2 pips there and 5 pips there and the spread and all this stuff, right? So last week, I think it was last weekend. Probably the middle of last week, right? So I was considering funding one of my accounts with another £1,000, and so I thought that will get me to this level, and I'll be doing that. And I regularly put in about £1,000 a month into my accounts. Then it's kind of which account should I put it into? So at the end of last month, I'd already put £1,000 in, and so then what I do is I juggle my money around and I put little envelope in my bank accounts, if you like, of £1,000 sitting there. So I've got 850, 890 or something like that. And I thought, let's see what I can do. Yesterday and a couple of days last week was so good that I'm about £700 up on that account. And I have a little chuckle at myself thinking, I don't need to put any money in. Another 300, I've got my 1,000, right? So if you start sort of globally, like a helicopter almost, hovering over your accounts in your business, you can make these kind of plans and think, that's interesting. So I'm just looking at my account because I just took a beautiful profit from all the way from 97 to 0430. So that was lovely, and I'm just chuckling to myself, thinking that's what I was thinking. So of that £1,000 on that particular account, I've made like £600-700. I think great, fantastic. Another week or so, and I'll be where I needed to be, and I've still got my £1,000 in the bank. Right?
Maybe you can manage all our accounts, and we'll just go away. I'm good at doing.
If I was that good, I wouldn't be talking to any of you.
I'm good at doing nothing. I can do nothing while you do it.
Listen, you have the copy trading, the algo trading on your account. Did you make 15% the other day?
I haven't looked at it because I just look at it when I haven't.
It hasn't traded for about.
Yes. That was the last one. Was 1st of May.
Yeah, we bagged about 15% in a day.
Yeah,
didn't we?
we did. Yeah.
Yeah, but that is the best thing. You're not overexposure yourself. You're just banking it, and that's it.
It did that one because I attached that one on the 15th of April. 15, 16, 17. So it did something on around the 18th of April, the 30th, and the 1st of May, and that's what it did. What you've just said.
Yeah, you'd be about 40% up if you were in for the whole of April.
Yeah, no, Matthias and I attached it on the 15th of April.
Yeah. But it's lovely, isn't it? Because you can kind of set and forget. So you don't need me. There's an algo trading system that's much better than me.
Why don't they trade every day then? Well, you mentioned it's not trading today or not for a few days.
It's not a case of it's not trading today. It was developed over 5 years. It's been trading. I've not been attached to it for the last 2 years, but it's been now. I think it's in its 25th or 26th month. So it's continuously being developed, and so unless very, very strict market criteria is hit, it doesn't trade. It's never been, human beings never touch the trading. Nobody's ever interfered in it, so it doesn't see that its conditions are being met, so it won't trade.
Okay.
Yeah, so the algorithm was developed by I actually know the person that developed it, and I'm not only personally, I mean here through my business contacts. Met him a few times online, and his company developed that, and it just works. The beautiful thing about it is that I have to actually message my clients and say, take a look at your account, because it'll just spur into action and make us like 5%, and then it just kind of goes to sleep again. Of course, it's not sleep. Yeah. It's always attacked. It's always looking for the trades, but the criteria is just very rarely met. And so it just doesn't trade every day. But so the last real day of action was, I think, Thursday a week ago.
It was 1st of May, but Adam, for me, on the 3 days it traded in a 2-week window. The profit pound wise was just over £700.
Yeah.
On three. So in a 2-week window. Sorry, Cam. In a 2-week window, it traded 3 days.
Yeah, I think with 22-23% on the master, you would have doubled that. Obviously, you got performance fees, so you probably end up about 30% for the month of April. It's actually up 102% for the year, Adam, which is interesting. So so you don't need me to trade for you. Cool, why don't you got somebody far more reliable than that?
Cam, you mentioned that you've got like multiple accounts, not the copy trading, but like trading accounts.
Yeah.
Why do you juggle multiple accounts rather than just look after one?
Income and growth.
Sorry, say that again.
So income and growth. So one's for income and one's for growth.
Okay.
So the income one is get it to a certain point and start bringing income. The growth one is just let it grow until a certain point, 7 figures. And then the last one, I actually opened in Godish's name. So I trade that. It's like my family account, if you like. So I've got 3 little parts. So if you think about what goes on in life, so if I'm spending money day to day, that's my income account. If I want to buy, if I want to go on holiday, that can be my growth account or my family's account. So it's just 3 different parts that, and I do sometimes think, why don't you just do one? Yeah. But I like a couple of things. And the other thing is obviously it de-risks me. If I'm going to blow an account, then I'm only going to blow a third of my accounts, not everything that I've got. So I don't have to start from the beginning. Obviously, it means I'm using smaller lot sizes, but there are days like today, I'm trading all 3. If I see a good trade, I'll just put it into all 3 some days. And there are other days when I only trade 1. The funny thing is there's one account that is just, I don't know what is going on. But when I'm trading that account, I always make more money than the other 2. The weirdest thing in the world, right? So I've got 2 that are virtually level pegging in terms of they're probably between a couple £1,000 of each other. And then I've got 1 small one, which I started last, right? But like I said, I don't know what it is, but one of them is makes me so much more money than the other 2. And I'm trading all 3 of them, obviously.
Right.
So yeah,
how do you manage that day to day? Are you in MT5? Are you having to move in and out of each account?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but doesn't
So
that worry you that you're going to miss
an
exit or an entry point because you're in another account?
TP set. Yeah, I don't care.
Right.
They cannot tell that we do not do multitasks. As you can see, 3 accounts.
I think the thing is, though, Adam, and in all honesty, the last 5 weeks have been the most productive because I'm actually sat here with all the tools that I need. So when I was trying to do it on the go, then I didn't really do all of those. I would just trade 1 account. So since we've been here, that's when I'm really planning my strategies in terms of where I'm going to be in a year's time, where I'm going to be in 3 years' time. Because the thing about trading is this: you don't need anybody else. Yeah, you don't need to depend on sales. The only bad debt you get is the losses that you make on poor decisions, right? You don't need a sales team, you don't need a website, you don't need anything, right? So my guys installing the bathrooms, I designed a leaflet for them yesterday to go and market themselves. So they have to now get that printed, go and drop it, 1 time, 2 times. I recommended that where I live, they drop it 5 times. So they have 5 times the quantity. So they have to do that to go and get work. Then they have to go estimate for work to go and get it in. We had a salesperson in the house last night. So we didn't make that decision because we've got somebody else coming. So you don't have any of that nonsense in this business. You press the button, take your money, go home. So if you learn that skill, you can do it from anywhere in the world. So, but what I've noticed a big difference is, rather than trading on the go, to be sat down here in this chair and trade for 4 or 5 hours a day, absolutely fantastic, spot on. I will not, even if we stopped going live, I will trade like this. Right? I'd have 10, 15 people if they wanted to. Certainly, I don't think Mateus and I, we would never go back to where we were. We would trade like this all the time, wouldn't we, Mateus?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd have you on Zoom all day long, and we just between us, and it's better than being together.
Yeah, because the places we go as well is a cafe or a restaurant or pub, that is a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
And at home, we don't have any distractions.
Mm.
Sometimes I have my kids making noise. That is the only distraction I have.
Okay. What happens in down periods when the trader's on holiday? Say goes away for a week, 2 weeks.
Doesn't.
He's allergic to holidays.
Yeah, he does go. He's like me. He's still on it, right?
Oh, so he still provides signals while he's away.
Yeah. So what we've got is, and it's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
So we are probably a week, if not less, than away from launching a second trading system designed again by the team that does my copy trading. No human ever involved. You will absolutely love it because you're a techie and you'll understand some of the things. And so I'm just about to. So this week, I'll, if I get around to it, I'm going to record either an interview, or I'm going to get the guy that set it all up to actually give us a bit of background that we can release to you guys and say, this is what this system is and this is what it does. So Mateus has been testing it, not very well, may I add. He said, I didn't do it yesterday. All right. I said, Mateus, for God's sake. So he got told off before we came on the call this morning. So they're working in the background on the new Telegram channel, and we're just setting out the brokers and all that technical stuff. Really, we made the decision about 2 weeks ago that we were going to implement it because we tested it. So we're aware, and we have had, when we first started, we used to have 4 traders, but they weren't as good as our partnership at the moment. He was there, and everybody started moving towards him because so we used to have like trader number 1, 2, 3, and 4. He was trader number 3, and I started moving towards that. And then we formed this relationship directly. So that's how this came about. He found us, right? Because we were so good, me and Mateus, right? Maybe not. And so now we're thinking, I agree with you, Adam. You can't have, your business can't be dependent on a single point of failure, right? So within next week, by Monday, we should have the new system should be live. So you'll have a choice. We're not dropping this, right? It'll be another Telegram group, unfortunately, because the technology can't be into this. And then you'll have a choice, as to what you do. I suggest you do both, right? And then we've got some other automation that we're working on, which is got massive teething troubles again. We thought it was ready to launch, but it's not quite there.
Okay, cool. Look forward to it.
Yeah. We don't. What we see is Mateus and I are really leaning in now to this business and developing some stuff and systems and what we do. And like now the appointment making that we finally have a landing page where we can send people, because obviously get loads of inquiries. It's not the best thing in the world, but done is better than perfect. And so now we're perfecting all those systems. We've got a lot of new joiners coming in. One, we have some really interesting, got a couple of really nice Indian ladies that have joined. I did mention you, and I said, maybe you guys can have a little cohort of traders.
Oh, nice.
Within
nice.
Yeah. Because I don't think there are a lot of ladies that trade with us, is there? But we've had a couple joiners recently, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be going live this week, I hope. And
look forward to meeting them. Yeah, look forward to
absolutely.
meeting them. Yeah,
absolutely.
So on our buy limits, the first one, it's reached down to 97, but not quite. 95 to 89 is our range.
Yeah.
So it got down to 97, but not quite down to 95, 89 yet. So it might be ranging and then work its way down, possibly.
It's hovering around the 47, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gone back up to 47.
Yeah, it's just hovering around 47, isn't it? Went to 47.05, a really nice profit on that, my lucky account, as I call it now.
I need one of those.
Adam, I'm going to say something now, and
think
I
we
can
all
say it
do
to you
that.
because I know you well enough. You know what they say about luck, right? The harder I work, the luckier I get.
Yeah.
Just don't get caught in the minutiae of trading. Press the button, set the TP, don't go chasing it with your larger lot sizes. And Kulwant was saying, I'm sure you were on the call, but you weren't here in the studio, was that every time she goes off piste is when the trouble starts. So when you do your lot size, when you're not supposed to be trading, when you at a bloody airport, or there's no signal that you think, especially in the early days, right? See, I've now worked out, and it's taken me 5 years to do it, as my own technique of trading. So I can sit on a Sunday night when there's no signals and take trades, right? Because I think markets drop so quickly, so far, that you know what, this is going to reverse. And unfortunately, and usually within an hour or two, it's reversed, right? But it took until yesterday afternoon for it to reverse. But that's how I ended up with 6-7% on my accounts, right? And my lucky account was like, I think 5.5-6% yesterday, which is great, because if you can keep that momentum up, and I don't look for 5-6% every day, I just look for 1% every day.
Yeah.
And then the other 4-5-6%, like yesterday. Yesterday was, from where the market started to where it ended, was a buying free money day yesterday. That's how I saw it. So the profits were absolutely fantastic. It was about, what was it, about $70. So that's 700 pips away from here, almost 800 pips. The top was yesterday, and it just kept rising and rising. As soon as those figures came out from the US, anybody could have put a trade in and made 300, 400, 500 pips. But then it takes experience to start realizing that.
Yeah.
That's all it is. All it is, all the difference between, and a guy that does been at it for 20 years will be different to me, right? The new guys now are probably afraid to press the button. We say to people, listen, come and join us on the lives, but don't press the button for a week. Just watch. Yeah. Because if I started working with you, say when you were at Capital Bank, if I was a junior apprentice, they'd just say, right, go with Adam, he's absolutely brilliant. Watch what he does for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You wouldn't like me to do anything, would you?
No.
Right? We got the contractors now. Every one of them has an apprentice. And some of the apprentices, all they're doing is fetching and carrying at the moment and watching the tradesmen. So this is what we're doing now. We're learning, aren't we? We've got a master skilled craftsman in our trader walking us through the trades. And it's just a matter of time. Yeah? And then, my wife can be walking around the house in her pajamas and be done by 8 o'clock. That's just 5 years of experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can't buy that.
You need to learn to walk before you jump. You cannot jump before you walk. Yeah, it's a process.
What's sickening is that she'll say, right, this is this factor's here, that market's going to do this, and then like 2 days later it's doing it. I'm like, how the hell does she know? But it's just knowledge, isn't it? And experience. So you'll have a lucky account, don't worry, but you just need to go through the pain.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's came back a little bit. Now it's shooting up again. Let's see.
Yeah, but it hit TP, more than TP1. It didn't quite reach 2 that time, but it came the way from 97. Did it hit TP2 then? Okay.
Yeah, it did. It was above 05.
No, now this time
06, 07.
Yeah, it did that, the first one, and it just went up to 704 something, but it came all the way from 97 again. That's after it hit TP2.
Yeah, it actually hit TP3. So TP3 was at 4707. It hit that.
Okay. On mine,
Precisely
just
901.
short. Yeah, it did. I can see it.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's come back in that same range and sort of hit TP 1.5.
I have only my runner for now. Didn't came back all the way down. That's good.
Yeah, it didn't come back all the way down.
Yeah.
Right, let me go and see what the contractors are doing, guys. So I'll be back in a second.
Okay. And as you can see, Adam, some days on the mornings is a lot of tradings, and some days it's very quiet as well. It's just adapting with that situation as well. Not placing trades is trading as well. Like what we are doing now is just waiting. Of course, could be a lot of time waiting, but then just find something to do on the meantime. Listen to audiobook or do something else. The things I used to do before we start the lives is listen to a lot of books from 5 o'clock in the morning through all the morning. If I'm trading, if I'm sitting trade by myself, I'm listening to audiobooks. Try to nurturing my mindset to keep trading. And then, of course, now we are talking more. We are here. We need to be live. But then is another way as well. We can talk about mindset, about trading. What is the struggles that we are having and how you are approaching it. It's good as well, because then you don't feel you're trading by yourself. I think so. It's better than the audiobooks for me. But I still listen to my audiobooks before the live session.
Which book do you listen to?
The ones I really like is Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, I've heard of
I really like that. And about the positive mindset as well. If you find it, think about your positive mindset. That helps a lot, because some days, especially in trade, in life in general, but in trade, we used to blame ourselves, or we tend to say, asking the questions why I'm doing those things. And if you have that positive mindset, how to approach that, I'm doing that is for some reason, or I need to improve that, how I can do that, how I can look on the problem and find some solutions, and positive solutions, not negative. Don't look for the negativity, because there's a lot of negativity in the world already, and we will have problems every day because we are alive. We just need to find the ways to sort those things in a better manner, and how to approach, and be kind with yourself as well, because sometimes I'm very strict with myself, and that helped me to be kind with myself as well, and try to say good things. Look, you have done that very well. Just say.
I get that because I'm probably my worst critic. I don't need anybody else to tell me I'm terrible. I'll tell you I'm terrible.
I'm like that as well. I can if I do something wrong, I really blame myself.
I beat myself up too. Yeah.
But we are doing good things every day. We are doing positive things every day, and then we just need to tell us those small things that we are doing good, just to keep up and motivate yourself as well. And don't blame too much if you did something wrong. Just try to, that error you did with your account, Adam, let's say, was a huge, but then try to see positive things on that error. You will not repeat that again, and you helped some people yesterday to don't make the same mistakes. that is a good input as well. You're helping someone else, because that I have done many times, but you are luckily you get out of it. And sometimes I blew accounts doing things like that.
Mhm.
But that is something that right now you helped someone yesterday, and you helped yourself, because if you talk about that openly, it's very difficult as well, because you exposure yourself. But when you exposure yourself, you open to learn as well. That is a good thing. Don't keep holding things. It is a good thing. As you can see, I do a lot of therapy. that helps as well, guys. Therapy helps, especially in trades. You can talk. I do because of the kids. I try to help the kids all the time. I have done in the past when I was kid as well, and that helped a lot. And that makes you who you are as well, and makes you vulnerable at some point, but in the other hand helps you a lot as well. Open your mind for, look, I'm here, I'm human, I need help. And that call is about as well, is for you to be vulnerable, to see what you are doing wrong, and then we can try to help you, to support you, to rectify that, or to make the direction for you as well.
Sure.
I had that in the past when I was trading on the beginning, a group to talk about the trading. They call that group therapy, and that helps a lot in trading as well. In trading.
Cool. I have a question around the bonuses that you get from Vantage. So when you sign up, there's a like the bonus.
Yeah.
So you can never withdraw that bonus.
No.
That so is that just like almost like a free overdraft? So if you burnt through your capital and went into the bonus, you can still trade with that, and you can still trade your way into profit, but you can only ever take the profit, never the bonus as a withdrawal. Is that right?
That's it. You don't have a liability on that money. That money is to give you a boost on your account, to help you, especially on the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's a good help if you have a lot of money, of course, because I think so now the promotion for our community is 150% on your first deposit.
Yes.
Up to 50K.
No, it's not. It's so the bonus is capped. The 150% bonus is capped at $1,000.
No, it's not capped. It's capped in another brokers, but not on Vantage. No.
So I put in $1,000.
Yeah. So
I only got 100% on the first $1,000 and 50% on the next $500, isn't it? If you look at the terms and conditions that I looked at, the bonus is capped at $1,500, and then after that, I think it's only 20% on further deposits.
Could be. Let me double check, because they keep changing those things. But we had customers doubling their capital. Let's say they put 5K, they will get 10K. We had in the past. But let's say that money. Let's talk about the money you get. As soon as you withdraw, you start to lose that capital as well. That is only for to use on the first 3 months, the first 6 months, or whatever you decide to do with your money.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start to withdraw, when you withdraw, they will send one message. If you withdraw today that amount of money, you will lose that capital on your bonus.
Right. Okay.
That's another thing to bear in mind as well. Is good. And like I say to you, they keep changing those time to time. But I had customers doubling their capitals, putting like 5K and getting 10K or something like that. That's and some promotions will be capped at 1,000, and then 20% or 25% after that. and some of the promotions will be up to 50k or 10k or something like that.
Yeah, so the bonus at the moment is 150% welcome bonus on your first deposit.
Yeah.
And an additional 25% credit bonus on all subsequent deposits.
Yeah.
Up to a total claimable credit of 50k.
Okay.
So yes, but it's the actual 150% bonus is only a small amount. It's only on the first
deposit, 1,000.
The first 1,000, yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, first $1,000. So you put 1,000 in, you can get another 1,000. But anything over 1,000, you get 25% off.
And it's USDT as well, just to bear in mind.
Yes, that's right. It's not pounds, it's US. Yeah, US.
It's USD. Yeah, I have the USDT because of crypto. Is USD. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was calm day today, calm morning, guys, on the session. There's a lot of signals on the morning as well, as Kuwait and Adam were taking those. I like to wake up early because for me it's easier. I don't have kids around or anything. Let's see. So one update. It's just updating the signals before.
Yeah, it must be.
Also, guys, you can put on your Telegram. You can put some. You can change. You can mute the channel. You can unmute. You can put some sound to help you to have the signals. If you don't know how to do it, just put on Google how to put my alerts on Telegram. That you will learn. It's very simple to do.
Yeah, I've changed the notification sound, so I know that it's different from everything else that comes through.
Yeah, I have that since the beginning. I have that. I have that on my.
Mine was automatically different, which was good. Like you said, so you know, it just automatically, which was just.
I think so. Well. We did together at some point.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's I think always, so. We did together.
But it's a different sound. So.
One of the calls I was teaching everyone how to do it. But if you go on settings, on your 3 dots on the top of the group, you just click on the sound, and you can change the alarm alerts, and then you can put the volume down as well. And that's good to have because I have on my laptop, I have on my phone, and I have on my another phone as well, just in case. Everywhere. But when we are on the live, I have only on my laptop because I don't want to get any distractions. I just turn my volume down from my phone. But yeah, Adam, I have like more than one account like Khan. But the things I do, I have 2 or 3 phones sometimes. 2 for sure. Then I have 2 accounts at least to trade. Right. But that is not difficult when you get used to it, you know. Don't overthink now. Make it simple. Do 1 account, but it's not difficult to have 2 or 3 accounts. Let's see.
And those accounts that you've got, do you use the same broker for all of those, or do you use different ones?
The same broker. The same broker. It's only the one I'm using different brokers. Broker is for the algorithmic trade, the copy trading. We are using another broker, but other than that, it's always the same broker. But it's good to diversify in brokers as well. Then you have your money spread. But we don't tend to go. We analyze the brokers very well before we go for a broker as well. We don't tend to go to small brokers or any that we will not have issues with liquidity or anything like that. You have 47 now.
Again.
Again, yeah. It's
Do you ever trade your accounts directly on Vantage instead of MT5?
Vantage or the app, you mean?
Like on their web browser version of charts and trading?
Yeah, they have one app. I never did. I never did because I was with MT4, MT5. Before that, I was using another software, and I get used to do on my phone.
Yeah.
That is the habit I got from the another software I was using before. Then I tried trading view on my desktop version. I tried MT4, MT5 on my desktop version as well. And the another software I tried on my desktop version. But because of the business, I think moving around and don't be at home all the time, I get used to do on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I always like to have TradingView, like now we are talking, but I have TradingView here in one side. I always have the big screen in one side, Telegram in another one. Like I'm testing another signals. I'm refreshing my screen all the time as well. Then I can see a Telegram channel here, the TradingView. Then I can see you guys here. Then I have another laptop here. It's all set up to be live with you as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I just noticed yesterday that the Vantage trading platform, the online version, it's powered by TradingView. Because like you, I was having TradingView open as well.
Okay.
But I haven't hooked up my TradingView account to Vantage. So, but then when I looked at the Vantage's own trading platform, the charts are powered by TradingView anyway. So I made basic trades there.
Yeah. You can try if it works for you. If you like to trade, especially if you like to trade on your desktop version. I don't like MT5 or MT4 on desktop version.
No,
I don't
they
like.
They don't work very well.
No.
I have a Mac, and the only MT5 version is really designed for the iPad, not for an iMac.
Yeah.
And there are some features like on the phone where you zoom in and out of the charts and move the chart around.
Yeah.
There's no way of doing that easily on the desktop version. There might be on an iPad because it's touch sensitive, but not the iPad version running on a Mac. It doesn't work very well.
I really like trading on my phone. I get used to it. MetaTrader 5 is just game change for me on that. Moving stop loss, booking operations. When you have 3 opens, you want to close everything in one go. That's why I'm moving around as well. And sometimes we are not here on the office. Now we are doing more often. I really enjoy it because then I don't have the distractions. I still sitting here and talking to you. It's not a distraction anymore for me. On the beginning was. I thought, it's quite a trick, placing the trades, sharing the trade and giving the updates. But then you get used to it and it's getting easier and helps us as well to keep the discipline. And then it's helping us to have that consistency with you guys and for ourselves as well. And that's helping a lot, improving the profits a lot. I will, like Khan was saying, if one day we stop doing the lives or anything, we will do Zoom together just to keep that mindset. But I don't think so. Look, the life is working for everyone. That is a long-term goal for us to be here with you, and that we will keep doing. Hello, Khan.
Hello, guys.
I will take a break now then. Khan is back.
No worries, please.
It's a Lou break, a quick one. I drank like 3 glasses of water already sitting here.
So back at 4,700 again.
Yeah.
And that's what we were saying, weren't we? That, this is where the market is. I think it's trying to get out of that. It clearly sees that. Look, 47.03.
I still can't get my MT5 set up like you have yours on the trading panel, and I was wondering if you can. You're on an iPhone, aren't you?
Yeah, but I've not done anything to the settings.
Maybe I've got a slightly
do?
different version to you, and it's they've removed that feature, or
You're an MT5, right?
I'm on MT5, and I don't know if I can find out what version of the app I'm on.
USB.
So if you go into settings on MT5, mine says MetaTrader 5 build 5700. I don't know whether you can see that.
Where do I see that?
You see that screen? Oh, no, it's a bit.
Yeah, but where do I go to get that?
So go to settings on the bottom bar, and then in that settings, go all the way to the bottom of that, and there's another settings option.
So I've gone right to the bottom of, I've gone to settings.
Yeah.
And then build 5700.
Oh yeah, so that's the same. Okay, so we're on the same version.
But what I was showing you yesterday was MT4 because I don't use MT5 on a live account.
So what you were showing me yesterday was MT4, not MT5.
Just give me 1 second.
That will probably be the difference.
No, I'm going to just do it. No, it hasn't got it. It's just blank.
Okay.
So that's
MT5
fine. Itself.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for, and I was Googling it, and I couldn't find a setting, but obviously it's changed between 4 and 5. It's a useful feature, actually.
It's a very useful feature. So I started using MT5 and I migrated because when we started doing the copy trading MT4 was much more reliable than MT5. So there was a lot more trades, and I'm saying 1 or 2 that were missed from the copier. That wasn't communicating properly. Probably because MT5 is relatively new, there's probably still bugs and things that they haven't ironed out. So so that's why you haven't got it. Nobody's got it on MT5.
Cool, thank you.
But it's great because you see, the beautiful thing about that is, so you see your SLs and your TPs, so you can see, and sometimes on the TP, the blue prices hits it, the red doesn't, which is your selling price or whatever it might be. So when there's gaps like you think, good, come on, the blue has gone over, the red needs to go, and that's when it comes out of the trade.
It's a really useful feature to have that graph on the trading with the trading details as well. Yeah,
because you can like I said, that's where I look for sometimes the gaps like this.
Yes.
Like freaking 20 feet, and you think I'm not entering that because you suddenly know the and then like we were saying, if you have to check the price on the charts what the spread is, it's too late.
So the trading panel is really good, but because my trading panel in MT5 doesn't show the spreads, you're going back to the chart or to the quote section, and it's the microseconds that you're missing on entries.
So what you could do is you could go into Vantage, open an additional MT4 account, and migrate everything over to there, including your credits.
Okay.
So when we look, we're about to close out, so I just do a little bit of education with you guys. So yesterday, Monday, the market ranged from 46.47 to 47.48, something like that. Yeah, 47.50. So today the market's 46.87, and it's been up to, I'm on the day, yeah, been up to 47.75. And so what it's now, it's kind of in the middle of those 2 days, and it probably the middle of the last 3 days in effect. So it's going to break one way or another. And Mateus does this, I think Mateus does this better than I do. So Mateus, there's some key levels, isn't there? What do you see in terms of, I see it trying to break upwards now because it's challenged, it's above the 4,700. And so do you see this now trying to break through, and where has it got to hit for you to know that that market's going to go up a bit now or down?
I'm just analyzing now 5 minutes and all the small ones. Let's see.
So the trader put his opinion in the Telegram group at 8:15, didn't they? And his was long.
Yeah, I didn't see that. What's he saying?
All the way to 47.72.
Yeah, back to where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these are so what these. Sorry, go on, Mateus.
I think so. At least that gap will be easy to close today. 47.20 will come back to that area for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't drop, of course, that's why we need the stop loss. But 47.20 will be easy. But like the trader was telling you in the morning, that can be all the way to the top again. We just need to be patient. Put the stop loss. If you want to hold some runners, but put stop loss at break even. At 47.20 will be the next push. Because if you see on the 1 hour, 4 hours, we had a huge gap between those points, and that is trying to push again on that point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Right. And have you seen the comment that Adam's referring to? What do you think about that? I've not seen it this morning. I've not looked for it now.
We get that often when the signaler tells us where he sees the
Have someone on the door.
We do get that 2 or 3 times, don't we?
Yeah.
You know where he sees it.
Yeah. It's part of our education, isn't it, that we're receiving? Yeah. And so if you look on the 5 minutes, let me see if I can add share screen. Yeah, I can. Where's it gone?
Back.
So if you look at this now, so this is what I was referring to. So this low point here where my cursor is now, that was at 8 o'clock this morning. Yeah. So that was the low of the day, 46.87. So it's bounced off there. So it's come all the way down here. And it's looking for liquidity, it's looking for price action. So, you know, and people and the price being pushed back. So now look, it's doing this. So now it's a case of, and what I was trying to ascertain from Mateus, and then Adam pointed out that we'd had a kind of an update. So if you then look, again, like we always say, you know, look left. If you want to know what the market is doing, look left. So it hit that low there. It did that. Then it went, let me see if I can get another. Yeah, there you go. Right. Up leg, down leg, didn't come down to here. So the trend we know is up because it needs to fall below that. Gone up there, come down a bit lower than this, but hasn't come down to these levels here or this one, right? So now that's the leg. So when we talk about, you know, our guidance, so as Adam says, at 8 o'clock this morning or whatever, our trader said, I think it's going to go all the way back up there, right? That may not happen today. So it doesn't mean, so I used to decipher this thing, great, in 10 buys we'll be absolutely fine. But you know what? It could do this and then do that, right? So we don't know when, but it will happen, right? And I always think that he's always a little bit early. He sees it before we do. So he calls it before we do, right? So let's see what happens. But we trade price action. So, and if you guys, we're going to shoot off. If you want to let us know how you've got on in the comments, and Matthias will read those out, and see what your trading session's been like this morning. I closed out probably 3 or 4 trades in wins this morning. So it's been a nice session. I didn't trade before 8 o'clock this morning. So it's been a good session for me this morning. How's it been for you, Adam?
I'm just about break even for the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Day is young.
Huh?
The day is young.
It is, yeah.
What about yourself, Colin?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've had a good day, so I'm going to go for a walk now, and I will be back. I'm not driving today, so I can climb over any fallen trees.
Okay. What about yourself, Matthias? What about yourself, Matthias?
Oh, sorry, I had my mic. No, great
Okay.
morning and great Asia session as well. That's so far so good. Looking forward
Yeah.
for 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we will see you on the call at 1 p.m. Happy
See you
trading.
at 1. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you later.
Stay out of trouble.
I'll try. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You guys,
See you guys.
bye for now.
Bye.